Hello and welcome to Global Investment, Real Estate and Residency Show Pakistan, exclusively brought to you by TEG Media, global marketing platform that specializes in organizing live and online events. I'm director and co-founder and a part of this exceptional team. My name is Abdul Basit and I'm your host today. By the end of this show, you will know how to get a residency and then citizenship in Europe by investing real estate in Portugal. You'll also find out how to have successful and profitable businesses in USA and relocate there with your family. In the next 1 hour, we will have two presentations. You are open to ask questions in our question and answer session below under your screens. You can find it there. I would like to introduce our first presenter. We have two ladies from Umber Star Real Estate, Portugal, Miss Daria Litvines and Miss Lucia Rusetskaya. I hope I have pronounced your names correct this time, ladies.
Yes, today much better today.
I worked on it a lot. I worked on it a lot. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us today. Please feel free to share your screen and let's begin the show.
Sure. Thank you very much, Abdul. And we are really thankful to talk today about the investment in Portugal. Let's do this. Well, we're going to talk about things, main things about golden visa and investments in Portugal. First of all, maybe some of you know, golden visa is the investment program which gives the right to apply for the residence permit in Portugal. So this is a very exclusive program for investors, which permits you to live in your country, investing in Portugal, getting the Portuguese residence, and all the benefits which the residence brings to you, like traveling, for example, around and live in Portugal for some time, without that necessity to live here permanently. Actually, Portuguese golden visa is one of the best programs in Europe for golden visa. In the world, sorry, yeah. In the world. One of the cheapest one, because you can start investing from 280,000 euros in any kind of investment, like real estate, business, direct investments. You can get the passport 5 years after the first golden visa, Portuguese passport. And all the process you can make remotely. So it's especially useful today with the situation with COVID. All the process you can make staying in your home, just sending us the all the document you need, and we make your life easier, all this process easier by processing everything here in Portugal with our lawyers and our company. Well, there are 4 main types of investments: real estate, direct investments, business investment, and investment in science and culture, art. First one is direct investment, the most simple one probably. It's just 1 million euros deposit onto your Portuguese bank account, and you have to maintain them for 5 years. Actually, it's the condition for all kind of investments. You have to keep it for 5 years, for 6 years, for 5 for 6 years. For 5 if you want to get the passport, the Portuguese passport, after 5 years. Afterwards, you can do with your investment whatever you want. If, for example, in case of the bank account, you just take them home. But obviously, this is not the most safe way to invest, because any bank can broke and the money will be lost. The second option is investing of 350,000 euros minimum in venture funds that give you the profit of 3 to 5% of annually. The next investment is into the scientific researches, 350,000 euros, or 250,000 euros in arts renovations, art supports, and in the national heritage maintenance. The business investment, one of the most profitable business investment and real estate investment. So the first option, you just open the company in Portugal and create 10 job positions and keep it for minimum of 5 years. Otherwise, you can lose your golden visa. So you have it's your obligation to keep those job positions for 5 years. The second option is to invest into the existing company in Portugal. For example, our company, Amber Star Real Estate, you can invest minimum of 350,000 euros. We have to create for this money 5 job positions, I'm sorry, and keep them for the next 3 years.
And the investor will get 4%.
4% of profit. Yeah, in case of our company, obviously,
yes.
It depends on the company you sign the contract with. And one of the most reliable, I would say, investments is the real estate investment. And you actually have many options, from the cheapest one to the a little bit higher amount of investment. For example, the first option, the highest one, 500,000 euros invested into real estate. Any kind of real estate, you can invest it in the property for residency, in commercial property, in any location, and automatically you get the right to apply for a golden visa for you and your family. In the regions with low population density or with a GDP per capita of less than 75% of national average, in these regions you can invest minimum of 400,000 euros. Then you get automatically the right to apply for a golden visa, but for any kind of property. Any kind of property. I would say this is the easiest way to invest into the real estate property. The second option is to invest in the property located in the rehabilitation areas or properties that are older than 30 years. This amount has to be from 350,000 euros. In the same way as the first option, you get 20% of discount for the minimum amount invested into real estate property in rehabilitation areas, if the property is located in the regions with low population density. This kind of investment will cost you minimum of 280,000 euros. So there are 4 main types of investments. We can say that it's probably the lowest investment program that you can find.
And we have very good properties for 280,000 euros. New apartments, very nice.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, the main advantages of applying for a golden visa in Portugal are the fast residence permit acquisition. It's once you invest and the right amount, you get the golden visa with no problem. Because automatically, yes, no problem with that. So there were some questions if it can happen that you invest but you do not get golden visa. No, you get golden visa automatically because you are following all the conditions that are required. Well, the mandatory stay in Portugal with golden visa is only 14 days for each 2-year permit. So you don't have to live here permanently, just spend here at least 14 days in 2 years. But I bet you want to spend here more than 14 days because it's a beautiful country.
But it is also good because golden visa, Portuguese golden visa, you can stay in Portugal. If you don't want to stay in Portugal, yes, you must just stay 14 days in 2 years. You can work here, you can open your business here, you can study, you can do anything you want. And the property that you are buying for golden visa, you can rent it.
Yeah, rent it right after the purchase. There's no conditions to refuse it. Just rent it after you buy it, and you have the annual profit from it. Obviously, one of the most important things, you can get the passport after 5 years. Portuguese citizenship is the passport with all the privileges of this passport. Like, for example, travel to our friends to USA with only electronic authorization.
Yes, and you can stay for 19 days in USA.
Yeah,
with the Portuguese passport. Yes.
Yeah. Well, double citizenship is also allowed. So if your country allowing the double citizenship, you can maintain it. There's no problem with that. You can also apply for the golden visa for all family members. Your parents, if they're depending on you, your children, if they are single and depending on you, or they're studying. So the age for children that depend on you is unlimited, as long as if they are single and they depended on investor. Well, obviously, all the privileges here in Portugal, you get like insurance, state insurance, official work you can have, you can lead the business, you have the open circulation in the Schengen area,
good education for your children.
Yes, you can, for your children or for yourself, obviously. You, as the Portuguese resident, you can get all these privileges with no problem. You can invest as a person himself or as a company. So there's no problem with that if you want to register the investment onto the name of the company. You can buy 1, 2, or more properties, and you can also invest in one property with other investors, as long as the minimum investment is foreseen by the property.
Like example, I can tell you that if we have one guest house for 1 million, so this guest house can buy 3 investors for 350,000 euros. So 3 different investors. Or for example, we have 2 shops for 280,000 euros. So it can buy 2 persons, these 2 shops, 2 brothers, for example. So 2 families will get golden visa, and these 2 shops will be rent for 1 mini market. With a 7%
of profit. Yes. And obviously, after applying for Portuguese citizenship or permanent residence, you can sell your property with no problem with that. And obviously, one of the most important things, you can make these investments and all the process remotely. We are here to make all this process easier.
Because yes, if you want to make your process remotely, we will firstly we must understand what do you want to buy, which kind of property do you want. So you will explain us. We will send to you by email. We can make video of this property. So and after that you will sign the contract with the lawyer. And we will start the process of buying the property, and after that, process of golden visa.
Well, why Portugal? Obviously, nature, cultural heritage, but it also has the practical advantages like good quality of life, state health insurance, low criminality, attractive taxation system, the mortgage for Portuguese, from Portuguese banks for non-citizens, non-residents, sorry. It's also possible. So in case if you, for example, you want to buy the hotel for 1 million euros, you can buy, invest the minimum amount for investment, for example, 350,000 euros, and for the rest amount, you can apply for the mortgage in Portuguese bank. Usually they give the mortgage for 70% of the total amount, total sum of the property.
And it is 1 to 2% of annual taxes. Yes.
Well, and we have a very good thing here in Portugal, which is a protection of property rights, regardless of citizenship. You don't have to live here permanently to ensure yourself that nothing happens to your property. So it's just yours, and nobody else can take it from you. Obviously, gastronomy, wine, rich national heritage, nature and safety, climate. There are a few things that attract people to Portugal, attract tourists and also new residents. Now we are going to show you some of our projects. So there are building project on the street in Portugal, in Porto, in the rehabilitation area, which can give you the right to apply for the golden visa with the investment of 350,000 euros. In this case, it's the apartment building with few apartments. These are 3D photos. You can see more or less the plan of the apartments here. And in this building, you can buy, for example, 2 or 3 apartments in order to reach the right amount for investment of 350,000 euros. These apartments are located in a very central area in Porto, so you can easily rent it to tourists or to some other people interested in living in their apartments for a permanent. Another project is the building on the street Firmeza, also in the city center, and I'm going to show you the duplex.
There is 5 apartments just in this building, and for golden visa you can buy or 2 T1 apartments. T1 apartment, it's apartment with a kitchen, 1 bedroom and living room. So 2 T1, or you can buy 1 T2 apartment and you will get the golden visa, Portuguese golden visa.
Automatically, yes, because the price of the duplex and T2 apartment is exact amount 350,000 euros. Actually, I didn't refer it yet, But in the rehabilitation area or in the buildings with more than 30 years, um, in these buildings, you have to invest something for rehabilitation, for renovation works. In this case, you don't have to invest anything because they are already renovated, and the whole sum of renovation and the price of the apartments is 350,000 euros. We have two different papers, one for the purchase and another one for rehabilitation works that are already done. So you don't have to worry about the rehabilitation works. This is an example of how it looks like. And there is the last one, as we told before, guest house for 1,175,000 euros, for which you can invest. Yes, 3 investors can invest into this guest house in order to make the golden visa. But the minimum amount invested has to be equal to 350,000 euros for each person. Or you can apply for the mortgage if you want to invest yourself. Here you have resumed information about it, possibility of one to golden visa and mortgage, or possibility to be bought by 3 people to apply for 3 golden visa. We also have another program. If you are not interested in investing into the real estate or anything else, you have the Portuguese residence permit for financially independent people.
I want just to tell for interested people, if somebody wants, we can send after that, we can send our presentation by email or WhatsApp. All this information that we are speaking now, we can send by email or WhatsApp.
Yes, exactly. In this case, you have to have the minimum amount to live here in Portugal for 2 years, and then you will get the residence permit from Portugal. Obviously, you have to apply for it with already some residence to live, bought or rented at least for 2 years, and you have to be clear with no complications like previous convictions, bans on entry to Portugal or Schengen area, for example. Then you can apply it for yourself and for your family members. Well, documents you need. We can also send it to you, send this PowerPoint to you, but also we can send to you the link with all the information from our website. On our database, we have any kind of real estate, apartments, residences, houses, vineyards, hotels, commercial spaces, shops, lands. We are working for our clients. So when we have some clients, we must know what does he want to buy. So we will find everything what he wants. Any property. It is not a problem for us. Okay, I think we are finished. We have many questions, so we can start to answer to the questions. Abdul, hello.
Hello. Perfect. It's always pleasure to have listened to you guys and seen these pictures that you show, and I actually like these properties, and I do want to come and see them myself one day. Especially these old properties, I somehow have personal interest in these old properties, so I do want to.
You're welcome. When you will decide to come to Porto, it will be our pleasure to show you the Porto. It's very beautiful.
Thank you so much. We have quite a lot of questions here today for you, and I think I should start asking them one by one. Correct? Okay. The first question is coming from Umayma Halikuzaman, and she's asking what kind of payments are required above 350,000 euros?
Payments mean taxes or?
I believe the lady is trying to ask what are the other charges other than investment?
The lawyer charges, obviously, all the process. Let me see.
For 350,000 taxes, it will be between 12,000 and 17,000 euros, because it depends how much properties the client will buy, one or two or maybe three. Yes, and there's two taxes, EMT and ES. So between 12,000 and 17,000 taxes for property, yes, for buying property, because next we have some taxes for golden visa, for residence permit, but it is different.
Perfect, perfect. I believe that answers your question, Umayma. Our next question is from an anonymous attendee, and the gentleman or the lady is trying to ask that how can I see the property? Are there virtual tours?
We can send, like I told, we can send by email, by WhatsApp or Viber. We can also make a video call in the apartment, for example, and to show the apartment, or make a video and send to the client.
Okay, so there are a couple of options available that can be.
We send, yes, we send video, we send all information about property.
Perfect, perfect. Next question is coming from Mr. Malik Amir, and the gentleman is trying to ask here, can I apply automatically or there are requirements to meet?
If the client obtain for golden visa, it is automatically, because golden visa, it is for residence permanence by investment. And yes, if person are buying by the property, it will get the resident permanence permit automatically.
Okay, so it means that there are no specific requirements that they have to meet for that, other than investments.
And any special requirement, only the invest. In this case, in case of golden visa, investment is the main requirement. Just need to buy or 280,000, 350,000, or 400 or 500,000 euros. He will obtain how much he want to spend. Yes, he buying the property, and then he will get golden visa. Yeah.
Okay. And next question is, can I keep my present nationality?
Yes. In Portugal, it is allowed to keep to have double nationality if the country of origin of that person allows it. Then there's no problem.
Okay, so it depends on the nationality. So
yes.
Okay.
Yes, Portugal is no problem. In Portugal, it is no problem.
Any nationality here is it's okay. You can. It's allowed double nationality, and if it's not allowed in your country, for example, it's not allowed to have double nationality, and you want to keep your nationality of origin, you just apply for permanent residence permit here in Portugal, and you have the same rights as a citizenship, but you cannot vote. It's the only thing. But you can have the permanent residence after 5 years.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Mohammed Ashik, and he's saying staying in the USA for 19 days. Most probably.
That's 90.
90. So Mr. Ashik, it is 90 days, not 19 days. So you can stay in USA for 90 days.
For 3 months, yes.
And then you can go out and come back, right? Or
yes.
Or is it a 90 days in 1 year?
But 90 days with Portuguese passport. Yes. Oh. So passport you will get after 5 years. When after 5 years, after get the golden visa, yes, you can ask for passport. So with Portuguese passport, yes, you can go to USA and stay 90 days.
90 days. Perfect. Perfect. So you can stay up to 90 days and then you can go back there anytime you want to after exiting the country.
Sure.
Perfect. One more question. Difficult language, Portugal. So how difficult is the Portuguese language? How difficult?
I am from Lithuania, and I can tell you that Portuguese language is not very difficult. Russian and Lithuanian is much difficult languages. So Portuguese it's not very difficult. The grammar is a little bit the same with English. Some so if you are speaking English, I think it's easy to learn Portuguese.
And even if you speak any of Latin languages like French, Spanish, or Italian, it's much easier to learn Portuguese because the grammar and the roots of the words are very similar.
Great, great. Okay. The next question is coming from Mr. Malik Amir again, and it says, "Can I got all my family over on Golden Visa? Parents of my wife. So can he bring the parents of his wife with him?
Yes, he can. Yes.
Can he apply at the same time, or it's a different procedure for it?"
Well, you have to, first of all, if the parents are dependent on investor, on the person who is applying for a golden visa. So if the person depends, you have to show that person lives with you, for example, in the same residence, or receiving some money, some transferences on the bank account. So just you can prove that the person really depends on you.
It's not very difficult.
But it's not very difficult.
So yes, you can get a golden visa for you, your wife or husband, children, and parents. You and your
and even for sisters and brothers if they are depending on investor.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Next question is from Mr. Nazam Rashid, and he's asking, how long do I need to stay in Portugal before passport? So before
passport, if you have just residency, yes. For golden visa, you must stay in Portugal 14 days in 2 years, because golden visa you will get first visa for 2 years. After that, second visa for 2 years, and third visa for 2 years. Yes, and each this 2 years period you must stay for 14 days. 7 days per year you can spend like your holidays.
Okay, so 14 days every 2 years. So first visa 14 days, second visa 14 days, and third visa 14 days.
Yes. If you want to stay more, yes, you can stay more, but at least 14 days per 2 years. Yes.
And then they are eligible to apply for citizenship after 6 years.
After 5 years. After 5 years, you can apply for citizenship. Yes.
Next question is, can I get over all the details in mail or video because I'm not getting your words? Mr. Zishan, I would like to answer this question to you. We will upload all these videos on YouTube, and we will be sharing all these details on the emails that you registered with us. So you'll have the emails within next 48 hours with all the links and details of this webinar. Next question we have is, what is the validity of golden visa? It's coming from Marian Samir. What is the validity?
Is 6 years. 6 years. You will get for 6 years. You will get residence. But after 5 years, you can apply for passport or permanent residence. Yes.
Okay. What if a person does not want to apply for passport? Will he have to
just stay with the permanent residence?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What are the taxes in Portugal? Tell about taxes. We have two questions of the same topic. What are the taxes in Portugal?
Taxes for from the income, taxes from which kind of taxes you mean?
Well, that is a very wide question. But what are the income taxes? Let's say income taxes.
Well, it's yes, because this question is very complete, very difficult to explain quickly, yes. But if the person wants, we can send by email details, because the taxes depend. If the person comes here and buy property like person or like a company, yes, the taxes are different. So we can send by email. If you can give us later this client's this person email, we can send to him all details.
Sure. Thank you.
I also can send the example. For example, to buy a property, how much taxes he will pay.
Perfect. So you will get all the answers after the webinar about the taxes, detailed answers. Next question is, I'm asking that you will provide us the golden visa. I think, let me rephrase the question if I'm not wrong. The question is that you will be buying property and golden visa will be provided by the government, right?
By the state, yeah. Yes.
So it will be a different procedure other than buying a property. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The different procedure if
when you're buying a property and then you need a golden visa based on your investments, right?
Sure. Because yes, but for golden visa you have these four options. Yes, for money, 280,000, 350,000, 400,000, or 500,000. You must spend one of these four options. Yes, and then you automatically will get golden visa. Because if you will spend less than 280,000, of course you will not get golden visa. It is very different process.
Okay.
It's a strict number,
and golden visa automatically, yes. If you will choose one of four options, you buy the property, you will get residency in Portugal.
Okay. What option do you prefer the most? What do you suggest to the clients to go for? Because there are a couple of options here.
You know, it's very depend of each person, because if person don't want to stay in Portugal, just want to get golden visa, and after that he want to get the passport, yes, it is good invest 280,000 euros, the minimum. If the person want to live here, yes, of course, he wants to buy some house, beautiful house, a nice place. Of course, I think it's better to invest 500,000. Yes, because for 500,000 you will get a beautiful house. Yes, in a nice place. Yes. If not, yes, 280,000. It's enough, and we have good options for this amount. Yes.
Great. Our next question is, how long it takes between residency and citizenship?
5 years from the first golden visa to get the citizenship. It's 5 years. You have to be the resident here, golden visa resident, for 5 years, and then you can apply for a passport or citizenship or for permanent residence.
Great. Our next question is, does Portugal allow dual nationality in case I need to keep my Pakistani nationality intact? I would like to answer that question on your behalf. Pakistan does not allow dual nationality with Portugal. So in that case, you will have to give up your Pakistani nationality.
Or keep your nationality, but get here the permanent residence up to 5 years.
So then you have two options in this case.
Yes.
Perfect. Is a land available to buy? Will I get passport? So the question is, if only the land can be bought, or you have to buy a property, build a property itself?
Yes. You must to get golden visa in Portugal. You must or buy property or invest in the some business, some company, or that all that options that we were showing before.
Okay. So
You
if
must to invest here because our golden visa is just for investments.
okay, so you cannot invest in a land itself. You have to invest in a
In land also, yes, also.
land also. You can invest in that.
Yes, yes. Just you need to
Invest the amount.
yes, amount.
It depends on the amount that you invest. That's it.
Okay.
But you
Okay.
can buy
Because
everything
it's
you
also
want.
property.
Okay. You can send us the recording meeting video in Gmail account. Yes, definitely. We will, as I mentioned earlier, we will be sharing it on YouTube and Facebook as well. So, and we will share the links with you. You can watch this again, recorded version. Next question is, if I wish to invest in a property development project, where do I start?
You mean, for example, hotels or
Well,
commercial property?
that needs to be asked by the gentleman who's asking question. But in a
You
property
know, it's
development
just you
project,
can invest in any kind of, yes, development process, a hotel, I don't know, maybe
Resorts.
yes, resorts, shopping. It's just need you just need to invest the amount that to get yes, minimum amount to get the golden visa.
so
It can be anything in Portugal.
let's say the gentleman has already decided which property project development project he likes the most. He has chosen the project. What is the first step after that?
After the formalization of
yes,
of
he
documents.
must to buy this property to invest this money, yes, and that will apply will sign the contract with a lawyer, and the lawyer will start the golden visa process.
Great, great. Next question is, English school available? Are there English schools available in Portugal?
Yes, there is English, very good English school, Germany and French schools. So you can choose.
Great, great. From where we can get property?
From where?
From us.
From us, yes.
Luxury real estate. This is what they are here for. You can buy a property through and from Ambassador Real Estate Luxury, and they will help you in processing your golden visa as well. Correct me.
Yes.
We have a wide experience on processing golden visas. So you just, yeah, all the information is trustworthy. We work with really good lawyers that are always updated. So there's no problem. You can do it remotely with us.
Okay. Next question is, what are the documents required from the property buyer and family?
Which documents are required from?
The property buyer, from the investor.
From the investor. And okay, well, these documents are listed on our website. I can also send you the link so you can share it on your page, for example. But the documents, let me see all the documents you need.
It's not very much.
Passport,
yes. Copy, then address where I'm living.
Yeah. Proof of investment, passport or another valid ID, certificate of criminal record from countries of residence for the last 5 years, tax number of the country where the investor is a tax resident, Portuguese tax number, which is created here with our lawyers, and
bank account in Portugal. We also help to open the bank account here.
And from the family members, you need marriage certificates, birth certificates, prove that the children are studying, for example, and these basic formal documents just to prove that your children are real and they are studying, for example.
Okay. The requirements for the passport, this question has been answered earlier about the requirements. You need to have a minimum stay there and a minimum investment that is required, correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next question is, I have a software solution company. If the golden visa allows me the right to do business, does that mean that if I buy a property for 350,000 euro, I can use as my office, start my operation?
Yes, you can use your property how do you want. Yeah.
So
It
that
has to be
property
registered.
is used for commercial purposes.
Yes, that's it. Yes, just registered for commercial purposes, and that's it. You can use it as you wish.
If you want to buy a house and you will live here there and you are working by on your computer, you don't need to do anything. You just buy and work in your house.
For
Okay.
example,
No problem.
if you work remotely and you just work from
Can
wherever you live.
can they invest into commercial property instead of residential in this case?
Okay, yes. In this case, you just register it as a commercial property, and that's it.
Okay, so you have both options available in this case as well.
Yes, we do. We do have
Yes.
all kind of properties, commercial ones.
Great. Great. There's a compliment for you, lovely ladies, in great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Some website says Portugal gives residency to the person who knows how to speak Portuguese. Is it a requirement?
Not the residency, the passport. So after 5 years, if you want to apply for the passport, for the citizenship, you have to make the online test of Portuguese. It's not the very complicated, very difficult test. Obviously, it's better to have a few lessons of Portuguese before you go for a test. But it's a very easy online test. You can, everybody can do that.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Basically, you must say, my name is,
something very basic.
give me please 1 cup of coffee.
It's very important, right?
Ordering at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay. You will get emails of the presenters. You will be contacted by Star Real Estate after the show. So please reply to your emails when you receive them. Thank you. What is the price for golden visa? So there's no price for golden visa. It's a requirement for the investment, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
The investment, the minimum price of the investment is 280,000 euros in real estate, for example.
But there is taxes, state taxes after that. But all this information I can send by email or WhatsApp. All these taxes, exactly, we can send it. Because it's not, it's very difficult to explain everything now because we have no many time, yes. But I just can send it by email or WhatsApp.
Okay.
For each person.
One last question. If my investment has to generate jobs, is it involved if I can sponsor people from back home for these jobs? So is there a requirement to generate jobs in this case? Any option?
If the investment is in business, yes. If
you will open your company in Portugal, new company in Portugal, yes, you must to create 10 jobs. If you are investing in existent company, you must to invest 350,000 euros. So, and this company must create 5 jobs.
Okay. So for those jobs, can the person sponsor people from Pakistan or they have to hire someone in Portugal already?
There is some possibility to do this because to bring here a person to work from Pakistan, we must explain why we need that person, yes? So we can tell that, well, we need that person from Pakistan because he speaks Pakistan, for example, yes? And it is difficult to find somebody here in Portugal who speaks Pakistani.
Got it. Mr. Mifsar, I hope it answers your question. You will be contacted after the show so you can ask the other questions if you have any. Thank you so much, ladies. Pleasure to have you here. It was a nice presentation with the very detailed answers. Thank you so much. And we will move to our next presenters now.
Thank you. Bye.
Presenters who are representing Feria DC. Feria DC is a project in the USA, and they are going to gave you more information about EB5 projects and how you can settle a business and have a profitable business in USA actually, and relocate there with your families. So I would like to introduce here Mr. Eduardo. Eduardo is a senior professional with the 15 years plus experience in project management. Joining him is Mr. Juan Isales. Mr. Juan is successfully running a restaurant with over 60 employees. And we are also joined by Mr. Michael Sternberg, and he's the president and CEO of Sternberg Hospitality. It's a DC-based independent restaurant and hospitality consultancy. Over to you, gentlemen. Please share your screen, and the stage is yours.
Hi, Abdul. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for your presentation, Abdul, for presenting our project. Well, yeah, as Abdul just said, we are Feria. We are an EB5 project in the District of Columbia in Washington, D.C. Feria is basically a way to achieve your American dream, and if that's your goal, move to the U.S. with a profitable investment. Let's get into what this is all about. We are not offering legal advice. We're just we need to take into account that we have to we're presenting our project, and we can help you out, setting you up with our own group of immigration lawyers. But if you're interested in the project and already have an immigration law firm that works already for you, we can work with them. So I will pass to Juan so he can begin.
Yes, hello. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the EB5 Immigrant Investor Program. Well, as Eduardo said, this EB5 program can make your American dream a reality. The EB5 visa is an employment-based visa created to stimulate economic activity and job growth, okay, while allowing foreigners to become permanent residents. So it basically provides a method of obtaining a green card, permanent residency, for foreign nationals who invest money in the United States. And it's actually one of the fastest ways to obtain your permanent residency. Next.
Okay, I'm gonna discuss a little bit about the benefits of the program. Okay, this program basically gives you a green card. Okay, there are several very nice benefits to it. You have unrestricted employment options, as one gentleman said a while ago, that he has a business and he might come to the US with his business and start his business there. You can do whatever you want. You can work whatever you want, doing whatever you decide to do. There's also a great chance for college admission for your kids or for you if you are the investor. Also, the college tuitions are really lower. They're about 3% lower, which is a lot of money. You have the opportunity to travel freely inside of the United States, and you can basically go abroad and be back whenever you want. Yeah, I think you have to go to the US, not to lose a green card every 6 months or so, but you can stay all the time you want, inside or outside. And there's a very important comment here that you won't have any problems whenever you get to the passport line. You won't be turned away. Okay. There's also you can benefit from support through retirement. You qualify for that if you have the green card, and of course this benefits your entire household. There's also another thing that you can apply for U.S. citizenship after 5 years of having the green card.
So the basic requirements to apply for the EB5 program are the as follows. So the investor is required to invest $900,000 with an investment that is within a targeted employment area. So it's an area that's underdeveloped. So our project applies to this requirement, which each investor must create 10 full-time US-based jobs for their investment. The investor must demonstrate that the capital is from a legal source and it's been acquired by lawful means. And as Eduardo mentioned before, if you're interested in participating in the EB5 program with us, we'll gladly set up a call with our immigration attorney.
Okay. Again, this basically we're offering a real good opportunity to come into the US. Okay. Okay. Then how are we doing this? We are basically offering you the opportunity to participate in a project that can give you or that can provide green card qualifying for your investment. Okay, so let's discuss about the Feria project and what it is, what is and how it works. Okay, Feria, it's basically a culinary hall, full service first class culinary hall. It's located in Washington DC. It is located in the Washington DC downtown area, which is very important. You will see further along the presentation why. It has a different chef-driven high quality culinary proposals. All this within a casual modern setting, imitating the European markets. Okay, revenues are based on time limited subleases. So we are renting fully equipped kitchens for each of the chefs. We are also, of course, allowing them to renew if their concept works. And well, we have control of the bar operations. This means that Feria will be a great opportunity for chefs and food startups, right? Especially now after the industry has been in a huge stop everywhere in the world, so they can restart their operations again for a very, very low price and no investment. So there's no risk for them. It's just a really good opportunity to come and work from the first day without any equipment investment or more brick and mortar investment. So and they can refine their concept, the culinary concept, and then grow into a full restaurant. Okay, all of this, of course, we want to develop it as assembled in a comfortable festival market. Okay, we are doing this so it's a lively place and so everybody can have a lot of fun.
Okay, so the capital needed to develop our project is $8.2 million, and it's distributed as follows. So we're raising 3.6 million in EB5 visas. That's going to be 4 EB5 investors of 900,000 each, and it will be a loan with a 5% interest rate, annual interest rate. We have over 1 million in bank financing. We have 1.7 million as an investment from the landlord, and we have 1.9 million in friends and family and personal investments from the founder team. The funds are going to be used as follows here. So 5.4 million are going to be dedicated to project building, construction, and equipment. And 2.8 million are going to be startup funds and working capital. As I mentioned before, EB5 requirements is that each investor creates at least 10 full-time jobs. So we are going to be creating 174 jobs approximately. So we are very, very comfortable in that requirement, having just being required by USCIS to create 40 jobs. So it's 3 times more that we actually need. Next slide, Eduardo.
Good afternoon. My name is Michael Sternberg. I am the Washington, D.C. partner in this project. As an investment in any sort of business is dependent, of course, on profitability, and to be ensure our investors and our lenders that we can make this a profitable business. So a quick review of our profit and loss statement shows that in the first year of operations, our revenues will be $921,000. It's important to note that although we are a hospitality business, our main business really is as a landlord subleasing our space to a variety of restaurant operators. So the majority of our revenues will come from those sublease arrangements. We'll also control the bar and the catering operations of Feria. With that, out of that 921,000 in the first year, which is really only October, November, December of 2021, we'll show an EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization of $479,000. After interest payments during those 3 months will actually be at a negative, but the landlord's investment of 1.7 million, 1.685 will come in, so that we will be positive cash flow even in the first partial year. Year 2 is a more typical representation of what our profit and loss statement will look like, with almost $6.4 million in our revenues and an EBITDA of $2.9 million, and net profit after interest, which is paying the 5% and the bank loans, et cetera, of over $2 million. So as you can see, as you look at year 3, 4, and 5, this is a solid investment. We should have no issue with paying the 5% interest and returning the capital to EB5 investors. Eduardo?
Sure. Thank you, Michael. Okay, let's discuss about the team. Michael already discussed about how solid the business is. Of course, no good business is solid without a good team. So let's go about what each of us has done and doing. Of course, there's me. I'm a senior professional with 15 years experience in operations. More than that, in several other consulting and other kind of ventures. I was trained as assistant engineer and have a couple of master's degree, one's in logistics and supply chain management, and another in maritime law and business. And I was the operations director for a very big Spanish conglomerate until recently, which I decided to leave to fully dedicate myself to this project. Okay, and then we have Juan, which is going to talk about a little bit about his experience.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? So I'm a chef and entrepreneur that with more than 15 years of experience. Well, it's actually 17 now. I'm a Cordon Bleu of Paris graduate and École Hôtelière de Lausanne in Switzerland, so hotel school. I'm a co-founder and chef of a business in Caracas, Venezuela, that's been open since 2003. We currently have a restaurant, bakery, chocolate shop with over 60 employees. We opened the business in Fort Lauderdale in Florida, in the USA, about 4 years ago, which we successfully sold last year. So since last year, I've been focused completely in Feria, and with Michael and Eduardo, I will be operating Feria in Washington DC.
Thank you, Michael. Please go ahead.
My pleasure. Good afternoon again. So I am a longtime restaurant. I'm the old man of the operation. I started in the restaurant business in 1977. So 43 years in restaurants. I've been in Washington, D.C. since 1982, 38 years here, and have built a couple of companies that I've built and sold in those 38 years. Um, Before becoming a full-time consultant, I was a senior vice president
Sorry
and
about that.
division president of a $1.2 billion company called Centerplate. My own business, my Sam and Harry's restaurant group, was a $30 million business, which I sold in 2004. So I know Washington, D.C. I've been involved in this market for a long time. I'm a former chairman of the convention center here and have been involved in all aspects of Washington, D.C. I'm also a 16-year member of the National Restaurant Association Board of Directors. Thanks, Eduardo.
Thank you, Michael. Juan, please.
So our partners and stakeholders. I'm going to talk about our team and the people and companies we have working with us on this project. So we're regarding to EB5 process, marketing, and immigration law. We're working with 3 groups that are actually the gold standard in EB5, probably the best in the market. So as an immigration law firm, we're working with Sol, Ewing, Arsene, and Lair. We've had a great experience with them, and in the last few years, they've handled over 1,000 specific cases all over the USA. We are working with NES Financial for EB5 funds administration. So they will manage the EB5 funds, and the investors will have a way of through them checking how their investment is going. And as our EB5 project is, we are working with a regional center. So we are working with 2 regional centers. Both of them have a 100% success rate on all of the projects that they worked on, and they're called Causa, based in Puerto Rico, and EB5 Affiliate Network, based in Washington, D.C. And now I'm going to move to project infrastructure and marketing. So for architecture and design of the premises, we're working with Studio Saint, a firm that focuses on restaurants and hotels. So hospitality firm. We're working with one of the best PR marketing companies in the US, the best one in DC, called the Brand Guild. They will be handling all our public relations, marketing, social media, etc. And our landlord, very involved in the project, is a big real estate developer called the Meridian Group.
Great. I wanted to add a couple of things here. NES Financial will be overseeing not just the disbursement of the investment, but making sure that the investment is also used only on proper things on this project. Okay, the regional centers they have to sponsor the project, so we have 2 sponsoring our project, which is very rare, but it's very good. Also, about the Brand Guild. We all know that everybody today or nowadays is like really into food and always like Instagramming everything they have, everything everywhere they go to have food. So as the Brand Guild has been named one of the best agencies in the country, we want to make use of that potential to really focus on how to get lines outside Feria and make the most out of this Instagram and social networking, social network vogue. So let's go to next slide.
Yes, so the market segment. We're going to talk a bit about DC and the market. So Feria is a unique concept in DC and in an emerging field such as such as food halls. So we're calling Feria culinary hall because it's more upscale than what you normally see in a food court or food hall. Feria is also a food and beverage incubator, okay? So working within the food hall, the culinary hall. This will allow consumers to enjoy innovation of new chefs, new restaurateurs and entrepreneurs, and taste their concepts and help them develop. So it's interesting because in DC there are a lot of restaurants, more than 11,000. There is one market, one fully market. There are a lot of food trucks, and there are several food halls around the DC metropolitan area. But Feria is actually a concept that combines all three aspects, all four aspects. Plus, it has the bonus of the incubator concept, which will help us develop future income. Okay, next slide, Pardo, please.
Okay, Michael, please.
So the big question is, how does Feria make money? Because that's, of course, again, the purpose of business is to make money. As is no surprise to anybody, the hospitality industry, as Eduardo mentioned earlier, has been hit very hard by COVID and the pandemic. However, even during the pandemic in the United States, certain segments of the hospitality restaurant industry have fared very well, particularly quick serve restaurants and fast casual restaurants. In essence, a food hall is a series of fast casual restaurants all under one roof. Our particular restaurants will be a little higher end, but they will still be fast casual. The most important aspect of Feria making money is, as we said, is our real function is as the landlord subleasing space under license agreements to a variety of operators and moving those operators who are not successful out and moving in operators who will be successful. Again, one of the benefits or side effects of the pandemic has been many restaurants, especially independent restaurants, who will not make it through the pandemic. However, will want to remain in the restaurant industry, and an opportunity like Feria will be the perfect opportunity for them because it's just easier to get into business with the operation, with our operation. So our main source of income will be licensing. We'll also control the bar, which of course in US restaurants is very important and very profitable. We'll also have equity stakes in offspring operations so that as restaurant operators may graduate from being in Feria or want to expand from Feria to their own operations, we'll have a piece in those offspring businesses. We'll control all the events and catering, and being right across the street from the convention center, the opportunity for events and catering are very, very strong. We're also right next door to a major hotel, which will also contribute to our catering events. We'll also have opportunities for sponsorships and advertisements within the premises, as Juan mentioned earlier. So we'll have large display areas where the introduction of a new car or a new wine or a new food product could be advertised. And finally, we'll run mentoring classes so that people who are new to owning their own business will be able to benefit from the experience that Juan, Eduardo, and I bring to the operations, and outside speakers as well. We'll open those classes to not just the people within our food hall, but to outsiders as well. And that will be a profitable entity. Next slide, please.
Sorry about that. Okay, I want to go over the, as I said before, a good team, and we need a good team on our back. So we really want to go into our operational strengths, so we can really have or give our business the basis it needs. Okay, we have a successful chef, a successful cordon bleu chef. We have one of DC's most experienced restaurateurs, and also a consultant in the food and beverage business, which is Michael. We already have the best management and restaurant technology available. We have been really looking for the best technology available, not just in management, but also accounting and everything, especially nowadays, everything that makes the client feel safe inside our premises. We have the best location in DC with continuous traffic all year long. You will see further along the presentation the map where this is located, and you will basically get a grasp of how good this location is. Okay, we have one of the best PR firms in the business. We also, as Michael has been saying a couple of times, we have minimal operational involvement in each restaurant, so we don't get into their operations. We just sublease to them, so we have a very solid business there. And we are all experts in operations management and the restaurant business. So we really want you to be as secure and as safe as possible, and to feel that your investment is as secure as possible. Also, we will help you all the way during your EB5 visa process.
Okay, so I'm gonna discuss with you the project status and all the milestones we've accomplished so far. So all architectural and engineering projects are ready to go. Construction starts March, April 2021 with a targeted opening date on fall next year. So so October 2021 will be our targeted opening date. Construction is very quick, so it's a very fast project, and it's expected to be set up in 6 months. We, as Eduardo said, we have a trophy location of a newly renovated space across from the historic Carnegie Library, which is an old building that Apple computer just turned into the biggest Apple store in America. So it's a great neighbor to have. Also, in the building, we are going to be working. Our co-tenants are Apple computer. They have one whole floor. We have Baker Botts. It's a big law firm in the city. Equinox Gym has a location in the building, and we work at least 3 whole floors. So we have good neighbors, co-tenants, and a very big potential market that we will target. We are actually setting up a delivery service within the building and nearby locations. Next slide.
Great. Michael, tell us a little bit about the location within DC, which is your home city.
I'd be happy to. So, as I mentioned, I was chairman of the convention center here in DC in the year that the new convention center reopened, which was 2000. We are right across from that convention center. It is still amongst the top 5 convention centers in the United States, both for a number of events and size of events. We are centrally located amongst many major hotels. The Marriott Marquis is right across the park from us. It is the largest hotel in DC. The Renaissance Hotel is next door to us. It's also a very major convention hotel. We are right between the U.S. Capitol and the White House, so very centrally located amongst 100,000 person daytime population from the offices and about 20,000 permanent residents within the apartments near us. It's a perfect location for an operation such as ours and easily accessible from all parts of DC. One of the things that I think the lesson of the pandemic for savvy restaurant operators is to diversify their sources of income and certainly work to develop offsite ways to develop revenue. So delivery and carry out and curbside pickup will all be very important to Feria. We believe it'll also be a prime driver of our business because a family could order from Feria 8 different cuisines and everybody get the same thing that they want from the same place. So developing that carry-out delivery and curbside business will be also very important for our operators and for the success of Feria. Great location in the city, in a very, very vibrant city. Next slide, please.
Sure.
So as we were mentioning about the location, the area around Feria's location is a relatively low median age of 30, almost 34 years of age, which is a great, lots of disposable income, not inclined to stay home and going out all the time. Population growth is growing in the area, 100,000 daytime employees, $120,000 average household income within the demographic area, almost 7,000 hotel rooms, 217 events each year at the convention center. I just spoke to somebody on the convention center board about a week ago. They expect the convention center to start working being filled up very rapidly starting in the 3rd quarter of 2021. So coinciding with our opening, which is a very good thing. It will also give us the opportunity to sell events to those conventions as they rebook. And we're also close to the Capital One Arena, which is where the basketball team, the hockey team, and concerts take place in Washington, D.C. It's only 3 blocks away. Feria will be perfectly suited for events at the Capital One Arena, and there's 220 annual events at Capital One Arena each year. Next slide, please.
Sure. Okay, I want to go now over a little bit about the proposed design of Feria and why is it a unique place. Remember that this is not just a restaurant. We're not selling a restaurant. We're selling the whole as it is. Okay, we're selling also the experience. So we have on top, we have some supply stores and specialty shops. These are a baker, a chocolatier that's already in place, a flower shop, a coffee shop, etc. There's also, as I said before, 8 fully independent stations. You can see them marked in the upper left part of the plan. Okay, each of these stations has 12 seats. So people can see that the bar and order directly from the bar. We have been taking this from the markets in Europe. We really want to make the patrons to enjoy the food they have and enjoy the experience, so they can order directly from the bar and really have that kind of interaction that makes the experience special. Okay. We also have a bar. Then we have a prep area down on our basement. We have prep area for all chefs, but they will have storage, freezers, and also prep tables for each one of them. We also have a dedicated, fully equipped kitchen for private events and everything you might want to, or everything everybody wants to add there. Maybe a party or a concert or some product demonstration or some tasting, whatever use we can find for it. Okay, so this is Feria. I hope you like the project and you are interested in investing with us to get the EB5 visa. So we're open for your questions now. Abdul, you want to come in and help us with the questions?
Definitely. You guys always leave me with this picture, and you guys always leave me with this picture. To everyone listening to us, I would like to add a couple of words here. I have been working very closely with CBI industry for some time, and I have seen quite a few projects for EB5. And trust me, this is something which is totally different. Feria DC has their own idea, their own concept, which is very new, which is very different to others. And the way the plan is working, the way they are expecting the profits is very great. So I would suggest everyone to look into it very deeply. If you have any plans of moving to USA and investing in USA, this is your time. Talk to your friends and family. If anyone is interested, please do get in touch with us. We will be going for a few questions. We have quite a few questions here for you guys. First of all, I would go with the question that is there any additional expense apart from $900,000?
Yes. So there is going to be an administrative expense of about $50,000.
Okay.
No, that's about it.
And it's important to note that that is not paid to us. That's actually paid to the EB5
Regional center, yeah.
So, okay. We have one compliment for you, Michael. It says admirable record, Michael. Very nice to meet you. Looking forward to be connected.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it as well.
Okay. Can you tell us when the person can travel to US after starting the EB5 process?
So there are two ways to start the EB5 process. So it's actually, you can start it via the consulate, and if you start it that way, you'll be able to go in and out. Well, you can actually, the good thing about EB5 is that you can go in and out of the USA until you get your green card. So you won't have any problems traveling into the US until you have your change of status. After that, you will, when your process is ready and your conditional green card is about to be given, you won't be able to go into the US for a couple of months, but it's just 2 months. And that's when you have the meeting at the consulate, and the consulate sends the paperwork. So it's just a couple of months.
Okay. Can a person travel straight away with their family, or family has to be get into the application later on?
No, the family will get all the benefits from the beginning.
Okay. When can I apply for US passport? So what is the procedure to apply for the passport later on?
After 6 years, after 5 years of having the green card, you can apply for US citizenship.
There are any requirements that needs to be fulfilled before applying for the US citizenship?
Well, your EB5 process has to be complete. So all of the jobs have to be created for at least 5 years, and then and you have to be I think a resident in the USA for at least 5 years before applying for citizenship.
Yeah, there's also a small citizenship test.
Yeah.
That's standard in the US. The test, of course, involves English and knowing about the history of the country and how the society works. But it's not. I mean, if you are there for 5 years, you should get into that and really have advances in that matter. I mean, it's the easiest way to do it, and it's I as far as I know, it's not a difficult test.
Perfect. Do I need to travel to the USA for investment?
No, actually, your application can be done remotely, and the process takes about 18 months until you get your residency. So you will be able to be outside the US, and if you have a visa, you can travel in and out of the US without any problems.
How many EB5 visas are issued each year?
Yearly, there are 10,000 EB5 visas issued every year.
Another question: how is your project better than other projects?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
How is your project better than other projects?
I think we would have to know what the other projects are to know how to measure that. However, we can tell you that we have great belief in our project. We feel that an investment in our project is a very safe investment. We pay a better return than many of the EB5 projects in the US at 5%. And we feel that your money has to be at risk for 5 years to qualify for an EB5 visa. But we believe that our project is a safer investment and gives a good 5% return on your investment.
There's also let me add something to what Michael said. There's also the thing that, I mean, we just need 4 investors. So whenever, I mean, they can actually be updated personally by the 3 of us at any time on how the project is doing, what's going on. They can visit the project. I mean, if we start in April, by this time next year, they can visit the project and actually call us. Hey, Eduardo, or Michael, we're in DC. Can we visit you? Yeah, come in. Let's have lunch. So you can actually see your project making your money back to you really, really fast.
Great.
Yeah, and it's actually a loan, so you will get your money back after 5 years and annual interest payments at the end of each year.
And the 5% is not common on the EB5 process. Usually returns are around 1, maybe 2% at best. So 5% is us telling you we really want your investment. We want to be the cutest, right? So it's as simple as that. I mean, no. We really want to be an attractive project. We want you to do business too. So, well, that's it.
You have answered the next question here. The next question was, will I get my money back? You have already answered that question right away.
Yeah, it's in 5 years you get your money back.
Another question: can my funds come from a loan?
Yes,
yes.
Your funds can come from a loan. you just have to go through it with a lawyer so you can establish actually what the collateral is for that loan. But yes, it can come from a loan. No problem with that.
If for example, let's say your grandmother or your father gives you a loan, he will have to prove where the actual money comes from. That a loan is perfectly viable. It's actually very common, so no problem at all.
Okay. Are you expecting economic slowdown soon? What is your contingency plan?
Well, I'll take this one, guys. In the hospitality industry in the US, we're in a tremendous slowdown, as you could imagine. However, we're starting to see strong signs of rebounding. And we believe that the Feria businesses will be stronger even during a slowdown because we have so many different avenues of revenue. So our contingency plan really is that we've designed the business to be to have multi-capacities, to have ways to provide delivery and home meals even during the pandemic. And so if this were to happen, if another pandemic were to hit the US, yes, maybe our on-site operations would suffer, but we believe off-premise would be very, very strong. We also believe because of the size of our operation, we can operate Feria safely even during a pandemic.
Great, great. Another question, very common one: will my family also get a green card?
Yeah, it will.
Yes.
If your family, if your sons or daughters are younger than 21 years old and they're unmarried, they can get. I mean, they will get the green card with you. So it's.
Which is preferable, use of escrow or EB5 funding directly?
Well, the new tendency is that projects are not using escrow anymore because of the delays in the I-526 processing times. So what NES and the lawyers actually recommended is that we don't use an escrow, but we are still using NES Financial to administrate the funds. So there's still control, but there aren't any escrow limitations because of the processing times from USCIS.
Okay. One last question here. How long do I have to stay in the US once I get my conditional green card through EB5?
So when you get your green card, you can actually leave the US when you want. But in order to keep it, you cannot spend more than 6 months outside of the US.
Yeah, you can come back and you can leave again. You have to enter and leave.
Yes, stay for some time and then go back out. But you cannot spend more than 6 months outside the US.
Great, great. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. To all the people watching us today, I would like to say thank you to everyone. And I would like to ask you to please go and join us on our Facebook and YouTube. We will have a much more updates for you. All these participants today, their email addresses and phone numbers will be shared with the presenters, and you all will be contacted very soon. You can ask as many questions as you want, and I will again stress that even if you're planning for Europe or USA, please make your decisions. You are sitting with the experts. You will be given a chance to ask more questions anytime you want. These ladies and gentlemen will be available to answer your questions through emails and phones. Other than that, please, I'll repeat, please go to our Facebook page and YouTube pages, TEG Media. You can easily find it on YouTube and Facebook. Follow us. We are having more events for different industries. We are going to be in Middle East very soon, and we have some exciting upcoming projects. So looking forward to seeing you people again. Thank you so much, presenters, for being with us today. It was a pleasure having you all.
Thank you, Abdul.
Thank you very much, Abdul.
If anybody needs answers on legal matters, we can gladly help with lawyers and even the regional centers and whoever they need. At your complete disposal for any question.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a good day.
Have a good day, everyone. Thank you.